If Good morning to all. If you remember, we used to have a wisteria here that went all over this elevation of the house and around the corner as well, but I got rid of it because the pigeons, well, they just destroyed it. Last year they took all the flower buds, and I'm not in the habit of feeding wood pigeons. The wood pigeons do us an awful lot of harm. Anyway, I'll go into that later. But anyway, I decided reluctantly to take it down. So now I have got this honeysuckle was always there, but I cut it back and it's now going to grow up a bit taller. So there it is. And we'll now have a little look around the garden. That's the pilgrim rose, which is doing very nicely, considering that it never ever sees direct sunlight. It's on a north-facing wall, so it does okay, and it's coming on okay. Pleased about that. Anyway, let's have a little walk around. Shut the gate. Well, that's all the fuchsias that I've got. I've cut right back down. So that actually is a lady boothby, and it is actually starting to shoot out, as you can see. So anyway, that rose there is open arms, and yeah, it's growing nicely. And there we've got the start of the Madame Alfred Carrière, and up there we have actually got some of the pilgrim, and we've got Madame Alfred Carrière going right up there and along here. It'll be a bit of a wonder which will actually flower first this year, whether it'll be the Madame Alfred Carrière or something else. Anyway, we will see. So anyway, that's the Madame Alfred Carrière up there, goes along there. Let's have a look at it a bit closer. Yep, that's doing okay. Goes along, that first Madame Alfred Carrière goes along to that first window, and then there's another one carries on. Let's just have a quick look across there again at what's happening. Actually, there's all sorts there. I mean, look at those primula. They're lovely. And some pansies. Those are fuchsias cut back. More pansies. Right, let's move on. Oh, I put wool out for the birds as well. They're nesting. Got some argyranthemum coming on. They overwintered. They were just cuttings that I took last autumn, and yeah, they've survived nicely. Right, we'll have a walk around all the young plants along here. More primula. The daffodils are more or less finished now, as you can see. That's a Pyrrhus. Doing okay. Yep. What else have we got? Oh yeah. What have we got here? Well, we've got our peony. Yeah, there's a peony down there. Got little yew trees. Got cyclamen still ticking over. And, well, we've got violas. They're all over the place. Primula. Obviously some tulips just starting to come out here. Here we have the Gislaine de Felagons rose, and that's doing nicely. Hydrangea there, Petiolaris coming along okay. More wool. There is actually a Clematis down there, which is a pearl d'azur, just starting to come back. I cut that right back this year. All the hydrangeas I cut back recently, about a week ago. so hopefully we don't get many too hard a frost now. This rose here, well actually I don't know what it is, no idea, because it was here when I came. But that one up there is actually a red new dawn, and that goes along there. Got some nice new tulips here coming on, got several tulips coming out now. You can see a flowering quince in the back there, a small one. That rose is actually the generous gardener. That's coming on okay. And you can see up there the Madame Alfred Carrier. And that goes all the way along, and it goes around the corner, around the other side of the house there. The second one starts there. Another hydrangea there. And I don't know what they are. Just never bothered to look them up, but they're very pretty. And we've got another Clematis growing up there. That's actually Jackmanii I Superba from memory. So let's have a look. Oh, we've got what are these things called? Hostas, aren't they? And we've got the fern coming along there, and that's a fuchsia that I cut back. They're all the way, well, all that lot along there are fuchsias that I've cut back. They just live under the trees during the winter. That's a Himalayan honeysuckle that I've cut back, and that's otherwise known as, what's it called? It's a Wisteria, isn't it? Yeah. What else have we got? Let's have a look. Let's just have a look around. Let's have a look from up here. Just a general look around. Let's go on a different aspect. Just a general look around, and then we will walk down the garden. So this little Acer, it was here when we came about 18 years ago, and I guess it was about 10 years old then. It just grows in that pot, and it, well, does very well. It's obviously going to come out in leaf very shortly. I push it back further under the trees during the winter, and that's it. That's its lot. What else have we got? Yeah, we've got some tulips coming out here, and that hydrangea, last year that hydrangea was in a pot over there, and I moved it and stuck it in the ground there, so we'll see how it does. And what else have we got? Well, we've got the flowering quince, that's looking quite happy, and we've got the blush noisette rose there, and the old blush china. Let's have it a bit closer. So anyway, this is flowering quince, all very pretty. And I say the blush noisette, that's doing very nicely. That's one of two that I've got. And this is old blush china. Oh, I see them, some little buds coming. So that'll be a bit of a race. Now, will old blush china flower first, or will Madame Alfred Carrier flower first? Because I noticed that there is a bud on Madame Alfred Carrier, so we will see. Anyway, we've got allium everywhere. They just grow like weeds. Oh, we've got a rose down here. Now this is pink flower carpet. So let's go a bit smaller. That's better. Let's have a look down the garden. Yep, right, let's have a look. Now that rose there, up there, is, I can't show you too much because we're looking into the sun, but that is rural England. And we've also got, growing into rural England, from next door, we have got Rambling Rosie. So we get two roses growing there, which is very nice. Anyway, let's have a look along here. Well, we've got a, whoops, got a young bay tree growing there. That's where I had a hydrangea last year. Not a lot going on around there. Oh yeah, there's a new rose here. That one's called Papi Delbard. It's climbing rose, So doesn't see much sun down there, but it seems to be growing. And once it gets going, it should be okay. Okay, we've got little primroses and things. Let's have a look. This ajuga grows everywhere. Well, not everywhere, just there. Another hydrangea cutback. A lonicera, honeysuckle there. What else have we got? Oh yeah, this is another rural England. And that's coming on okay. Then we've just got some nice little flowers down there. As I say, the daffodils are sort of more or less finished, but anyway, those primroses are doing okay. Forget-me-nots, the bees like them, so they stay. There is actually a clematis growing in there, comes from down there, and actually there is also another rose round there. Where is it? It's just there. That's Phyllis Bide. It's getting going. It's a bit dry for it, but and this rose here, this is called Times Past, and it's not the healthiest of roses. It's looking okay at this moment, but perhaps I'll look after it a bit better this year. We'll see. Anyway, we've got the big old bay tree there. That was just taken from a cutting sort of years ago. I'll probably have to cut that back a bit. All right, let's move on. Tulips coming down there. Now this rose here is called For Your Eyes Only, and that's obviously budding up all over the place. Well, not budding up, shooting. This is another Phyllis Bide that comes from down there. There is a thalictrum down there somewhere. Oh yeah, it's just starting to come. You can see it down there. It's just starting to grow, thalictrum. There's three, look, there should be 3 separate plants there somewhere. And this other plant here, I can't remember what it's called. Let's have a look, see if we can see. I wrote a few things down. Oh yes, no. Oh yes, it's Tracheospermum jasminodes. That's what it is. So it's slow growing, but it's evergreen and it's doing okay. Let's have a look. The apple trees are doing okay. Now this is Altissimo, and this is the one that I did the notching video on the other day, what, about a month ago, and I'll do another one properly just on this subject. What I did do, where I did the notching, yes, it's actually very successful. There are 2 there, and there's 1 there. So pleased about that. Not pleased about that poor old honeysuckle there, which is mint crisp, has died. It's probably been there about 16 years. I used to have it on the fence and then I took it off. But as you can see, it's just dead as a dodo. And whether it's just run its time or whether it's pigeons, I don't know. Let's walk back again. Because, first of all, it should look like that. That's mint crisp. That's another one. And that's just a cutting I took a few years ago. But this one, the pigeons just absolutely hammered it last year. They just kept stripping all the leaves off it. Well, obviously it didn't like that a lot. So whether it's a combination of age and pigeons, I don't know. But anyway, it's going to have to go, but I've got some new ones coming along, so I will replace it. So anyway, that's the Altissimo. This other rose here is Summertime, and that comes from down there. And let's have a look. So that's Summertime, and that's coming on nicely. As I say, the daffodils are all sort of finishing. I have got some little primulas down there. They're looking nice. Yep. I have got another Clematis here. Let's go around a bit easier. That's got buds coming. Can't remember its name offhand. I'll tell you when it comes out in flower. That will be the first one to flower, so we'll see when it comes. Whoops. This rose here, what's that called? Queen's Jubilee. It's a little shrub rose. Not the best place for it. bit dry, but it thrives. But what we have got here is another blush noisette, and that's doing very nicely. What that's doing. Anyway, it's doing okay. I did a video yesterday and somehow managed to pause it, so I messed it up. What do we got here? Hibiscus. Cut that back severely, so that's actually it's budding up okay. Yeah, let's have a look. All the little buds are coming, and that's blush noisette. And over there, let's go back a bit. We've got compassion rose. We've got nice tulips there, and we've got the Harlow Carl coming along. This seems to be doing a bit better this year. Got primulas down there, all sorts of things. Oh yeah, this is Aloha. That's coming on okay. There's another little rose down there. That's a new one, and it's called Meg. It's a climbing rose, so we'll see. It's the same name as my friend's, well, my favourite sheepdog. She's called Meg, and she's fantastic. Anyway, this is the compassion. Then we've got, oh yeah, there's a Pearl d'Azur Clematis there. Cut that right down this spring, and that's really growing well, as you can see. Yeah, doing okay. That's New Dawn rose. Goes up there, along there, and it goes right along there. That's doing okay, but we have another honeysuckle up there, and just at the moment the pigeons are stripping the leaves, as you can see. Pigeons here are a real pest. They really are. Anyway, let's have another little walk along here. Got a bit of colour. That is a Dorinicum, and that is a, what is it? Oh yeah, Rigeron. The birds planted that somewhere in the garden, and I just dug it up. Okay, we've got some cowslips there. What else have we got? Oh, there's a little Ajuga plant. Hydrangea. That's got a bit. Well, anyway, let's have a look. That rose there, that's one called Nice Day, and that's coming on okay. Yeah, everything's coming on okay. I've got a young rose there. That was from a cutting from the rose around the front, so that's the Pilgrim. What I do with it at the end of the day, I've no idea, but there it is for the moment. It'll find a home somewhere, not here, give it away somewhere. What else have we got? Just some young plants. So we'll have a look along. So as you see, there's a bit of all sorts there. And there's the Harlow Car. So hopefully that does better and gets going. Lavender. The pansies are doing okay. Can't remember what that thing over there is called. Has a nice smell or scent. And oh yeah, we've got some hyacinths down there. And as you can see, the big fuchsia, I've cut that right back down to the ground. There's one there, will grow about 5 feet tall. There is actually another one. I mean, that's a hydrangea I planted there this autumn. There is another fuchsia down there, which again will grow about 5 feet tall. As I said, I only cut it down 2 or 3 days ago. Right, what else have we got? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, some rose cuttings. That is a compassion, and that is a Harlow Car, and that's a cutting from the honeysuckle around the front of the house. That obviously is a primula. I've got a couple of young hydrangeas coming along there, both pink. One's a moped, one's a lace cap, and then I've got 2 young what have they got? Blush noisette. So there's one there and there's one there. Obviously they look nice. Those are my two new honeysuckles. They're both evergreen, and I will use one of those to replace the dead honeysuckle that the pigeons killed. This is my fig tree, and this fig tree, or fig bush, has a name, and its name is Edward. And why is it called Edward? Because Edward grew it from a cutting and gave it to me, which was jolly decent of him. Here are all my young tomatoes. I've cut back on those. Normally I grow about 100. I've only grown 80 this year, or just over. I grow about 10 or 12 myself. All the rest I just give away. Anyway, I planted those in the middle of March, and well, they can soon be transplanted. As you can see, they've got their first true leaves are coming, so they're doing okay. I've got another new rose here, and this is grown in this tub. Hopefully it does okay. It's a climber, and it's going to go up the wall here. And what's it called? It is called Celine Forestier, if that means anything to anybody. So we'll see how that does. It seems to be budding up okay, so hopefully that does okay. Apart from that, okay, I just stuck some forget-me-nots in there for the moment. Just a bit of this and that. So I think that's it for today, really. We'll just pan out a little bit and have a little look around. The apple trees are doing okay. The pigeons are being a nuisance. They attack the bird feeders, they hang off them. It's like they're like acrobats. Anyway, the apple trees are all coming along, everything's coming along. The weather is, well, it's been glorious. So, oh yes, I know, I was talking about buds, flower buds. I can see up there that there is one Madame Alfred Carrier bud. Can you see it there? So it'll be a race between that and Old Blush China as to who comes out first. We shall see. Okay, let's finish on the Primula because they look nice, and we will call that a day.